and do not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Going global.
They don't like to see a nigga ball, no. All this money in my motherfucking pocket. If I like it, people leave, I'ma copy. Bad bitch with me straight from the trap it. They don't wanna see a nigga ball, no. All this money in my pocket. Bad bitch with me from the trap it. If a nigga like it, they believe I'ma copy. What you mean, man? How y'all doing, man? Appreciate it, Dan. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of The Industry, man, where we talk about the culture and everything surrounding it. You know what I'm saying? We got another great show, man. And today we're gonna be talking about, the evolution of hip hop and the state of R&B. But before we get into all that, let me bring in my guest, my co-host, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. This is my co-host now. They were my guest last week. They here as well as my guest, Kurt Woodley. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? How everybody doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. How y'all week going though? How y'all week, man? Talk to me. How's life, man?
Hump day.
Hey, guess what day it is?
My day going good. I'll be 45 tomorrow, so I'm chilling. I'm happy.
Hey,
happy birthday. That's what's up.
We would have never gave you that though, but we gonna talk about that later. But turn up.
It's just a bag of treats. It's just a bag of treats.
Man. Turn up. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Blessed to see another year. You know what I'm saying? My week been pretty good too. Hey man, I fed the homeless today, y'all. Like I felt good, bro. Like I did my good deed. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful
thing.
You said what?
You knocked your blessing. You just told us about it.
Hey, I want to tell everybody, bro. I feel good about it. Shut up. Anyway, let's dig into it, man. Like I said, we chopping it up, man, about the evolution of hip hop and the state of R&B. Mr. Kurt Woodley, man, how you doing? Tell the people where you from.
Doing good. Bronx, New York.
All right, we got somebody from
Boogie down Bronx, where hip hop first began. First started in the Bronx.
I got you. Hey, y'all gonna if y'all don't do nothing else, y'all gonna let somebody know where hip hop started at. They gonna let them know. But how long you been in the music industry?
Since 1986, I guess it's a little over 30 years professionally. I actually started at Lehman College. I was an entertainment program director with Andre Harrell and Jimmy Jenkins. And when Andre decided to start his own company, he brought me on board. About 86. Actually, our first artist was a hip hop artist, was Heavy D and the Boys.
Okay.
I heard that.
We had a record called Mr. Big Stuff. That was our first hit record, Mr. Big Stuff. God bless his, yep. God bless his soul.
Very talented.
How did that work out anyway? How did that, how y'all end up getting Heavy D to join the team?
Well, Andre was the vice president for Def Jam Records. And Heavy used to come up every week trying to get a deal. But Russell didn't really feel him because he wasn't really like a street rapper. It was kind of like R&B and hip hop together, and Russell wasn't really getting that. So when Andre more of an R&B understood the combination of hip hop and rap would work. So basically, that's how that.
Okay, that's what's up. So I mean, so speaking of hip hop, what do you think about, what you think about hip hop now compared to how it was back in the day, the evolution of it? What do you think? What's your thoughts on it?
I think he froze up. I think his phone froze up.
Froze on me. Froze on me.
There we go.
Yo, you there?
Hello?
Yeah. Yeah. So, what you think about hip hop and compared to what do you think about hip hop now compared to what it was back in the day? Oh man, I guess he didn't want to talk about that, y'all. We're gonna get him back, man. We're gonna get him back. We're gonna keep him moving though. Man, listen, we're gonna keep it rolling, bro.
What y'all think about it though? You know what I'm saying? What's y'all thoughts on the state of hip hop compared to how it was back in the day?
It's no different to me. I'm gonna tell you why. Whatever the kids is doing, the parents always talk about, oh, back in my day. So it's no different than when hip hop was new and everybody was still on jazz and disco and the old goldies and blues and stuff. It's no different to me. Each generation has their own little niche and they bring it to the forefront. And sometimes rap's more popular than what it used to be. Rap is pop now, but it's no different to me. Just something new.
I think it's different. I think it's different because the older generation, they talked about shooting and stuff, but this new generation just real off the hook. They promote stupid gun violence, and
you want to get into why?
Huh?
You want to get into why?
Yeah, let's get into why.
Why? I want to know this.
Look, I want to know why.
And we could go right into these situations about like different rappers dying from Empire and all this. It kind of goes into some people who own stocks in these companies. For the music industry, some of them also own stocks in private prisons. So it's a double way to make your money. I sign an artist, I'm making money off him with a profit split, and then the content that he's putting out is projecting violence. So now the fans of his music is putting money in my pocket through the private prison system. Now he putting money in my pocket through the music, as well as I put a life insurance policy on him. He died, extra bad. Then when he died, the music make more money. Then what was the music? Violence. So now people still going to prison based off this music. So it's, since we talking about music, it's a double entendre or triple entendre type setup.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
There is no more balanced music.
I mean, I do feel like, like, they might be putting insurance policies out on these rappers these days, bro. These niggas dropping like flies, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you know how I feel about that?
How?
I don't feel like it's dangerous to be a rapper. I feel like it's dangerous to be a nigga, and rapping is just something that niggas do.
You got a point.
That's how I feel. That's just
you got a point. Hey, I can't even. You got a point. I can't even argue with you on that
because I haven't heard.
I can't argue with that one. That's a good one, bro. That's a good.
That was a good point.
That was a hell of a point, though. For real,
you sold me on that one harder than the last one.
The last one. Look, we can talk all day about the last one. This one, you got me right. You got
now, Crazy Bone did an interview about what I just said, as far as people who own stocks in the music industry also owning stocks in the private prison system. It's well documented at this point. It's just, I like doing research for fun. I'm a hood nerd.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. They need more hood.
Hey, I'm the same way, bro. I be riding, I be telling my wife stuff, and I be like, damn, I sound like a little nerd, don't I? But I just be so happy to just spill knowledge, you know what I'm saying, about anything. You feel?
Intelligence gets you a long way.
I was about to say, for real. Knowledgeable than not, so
ain't nothing wrong being a hood ass nerd.
He got me every pair of drawers I ever got.
That's a different one. But hey, man, real quick, if y'all fuck with this show, man, the crazy shit that Joe say, donate to the Cash App, man. It's $, the Evening Rush. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up. You know what I'm saying? We trying to keep doing do better things, y'all. Also, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to chop it about today's subject. Make sure y'all hit that number. You know what I'm saying? Hit that line. Hit the line. It's 929-282-0266. Right there at the bottom. If you ain't hit me. But you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get back into it though. But yeah, about you know what I'm saying, the evolution of hip hop too. I don't think I got a chance to answer, but I do feel like it has changed as well. You know what I'm saying? Because of what you said, because of the generations. You know what I'm saying? Think about like it's a different content. You know what I'm saying? Content matter for every generation. You know what I'm saying? You got the the 80s. They might rap about crack, but they did a certain way. You know what I'm saying? 90s, it was like. Can't really put a, the 90s was like a.
The 90s is more fun though. It was fun.
You know what I'm saying?
The 90s was style clashing.
Yeah,
that's why I said like a segue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like kind of it was blending and trying to go somewhere at the time. It was blending with other things and going somewhere. Then you hit the early 2000s with shit. Where I'm from, everybody just wanted to dance. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Everybody had to dance. To now it's just like on some you either talking about how you love drugs or you want to rob some shit or
it's junkie.
Females just want
either a junkie or a killer. Now it's putting everything the feds need just right in their hand now.
I
Yeah,
was
for real.
about to say
Making that job too easy.
they prosecuting themselves because they just talk too much now. You know, it's okay to rap about what you've been through and where you from, and you know some of the stuff you done did. But when you just get to talking, you snitching on yourself. But they hate snitches. That's what I don't get. You're a snitch because you're snitching on yourself. Because when you talk all that on your music, they're listening. They're gonna come right back and get that ass.
Right.
Call from Terrence Russ
For real, man.
Press 1.
It's crazy. We got a caller in here, I think, man. Hello? Am I hearing something?
I heard something.
I heard it too. Unless we all just crazy.
Okay, all right. I guess we'll catch.
To Mila.
Yo, what's up?
He said he had a question for Mila.
I can't hear you.
I actually don't have it. Can you hear me a little better now? Hold on one second. Let's see.
Yeah,
That's Mr. Russ sound like.
That sound like Russ.
Yeah, it's me. It's Terrence Russ. Good to be on the industry.
What's up?
I don't know what happened to my buddy Kurt Woodley, but being that he's an Uptown Records alumni, as I am, I will stand in for my brother and actually give big respect to my friend Puppy, and also to our mentor, the late Andre Harrell. So I'm going to sit in for these guys, and maybe I'll have Alonzo Williams represent the West Coast later on today. So go ahead, ask me some questions. I want to get in on this.
Okay, so
the state of hip hop, the state of R&B.
How much time did you spend around Puffy?
Not that much. When I was actually at Uptown, he was an intern. I was already an executive in 1988. The interesting thing about 1988, that story, and the difference between hip hop or rap music now and rap music back in the late 80s is that there was variety. So for every NWA, you had a Public Enemy. For every Public Enemy, you had a KRS-One. On the female side, you had Queen Latifah, and what else did you have? Lady Rage. And so there was variety. Now there's no variety. As someone who's been in this business as a paid professional for over 20 years, on the black side of things, on the rap side, and also just having a cultural obligation as a man of African descent, I personally don't like what I'm seeing. I know that art is subjective, but the thing, I had a conversation just yesterday with my new friend Matt Fink, or Dr. Fink. The audience might know him as the Prince in the Revolution, and we're talking about how important it is in regarding of the obligation and art being subjective. When you have Matt's friend Prince say, well, it's really cool when the musician says, really like your work, but then you're kind of stunted because you wish you could say the same. What we're seeing now is not a stunt in terms of the art. There's not a lot of creativity regarding the executives when it comes to pushing an artist, especially a black male artist who happens to be a rapper. It's your life already not feeling respected because you're not getting the money from your sales, from your records, from your streaming or your sales. No one's buying records today. They're streaming records. They're streaming songs. They're watching videos. Record companies, the big three, Sony, their sub-labels. I'm a part of that. Having a label that has yet to come out with anything, and sub-labels which have not come out with anything. You have the big three, the other two, Universal Music Group, which includes Republic Records, Interscope Records, Capitol Records, Motown Records, other subdivisions, Decca Records. Then we have Warner Brothers, which is owned by Russians now. It's not even American owned. You don't have to actually put any money into black male records. That because we have TikTok and we have the other thing, Instagram. So all I got to do is say something about somebody's mama, who's apt to be a rapper and go back and again, seeing it. It's Young Buck. It's this one. It's Pop Smoke. It's this. It's about drama. It's not about the news. It's about how to get clipped. And then in the end all, the really, really, it's hard. It's the click of a gunshot. You know, no one's going to talk. It goes to the guys and gals out there who are in record. They're basically glorified employees. So they're going to pay. They're going to get their money to pay their mortgage to live their lifestyle. So from a impresario standpoint, from a standpoint of being an owner and who's owned and still owns a successful management consulting business, and now being with Sony as a label owner, you have to be able to speak up. If I were white and Jewish, I would be I would be catatonic if I were to see the thing being leveled upon my group. And I don't need to be that. I could be very easily a man of African descent and be catatonic about losing young black men who are making some money from their shows. None of these guys that I've mentioned, including, you guys have to help me, Triple X Shone, Mo 3. These guys won't even mainstream yet. Some people haven't even heard of a Young Dog until he was shot or he was killed. So the thing is, for someone like Chino is going to be the guy who's going to have to change it.
I was say,
Mila on an R&B side, you know, you guys have to change it. So it has to be people. It has to start from level. It has to start business level. You have to do it. It has to happen. The change has to come from the business side. It has to come there. You can't expect some kid to get up on American Idol to sing, and then 3, 4, 5 episodes later, you have her up there and you're making fun of her because her makeup's not right, or the clothes. She's not an artist developer, she's a singer. So you can't. Most people are not business people. What do? We pay our taxes. We go to the supermarket, and that's what we do. We're not into the details of life, and most of the people are evil. The evil that we do to ourselves, we will not do to other people. But the thing is that we're doing it to ourselves. So someone has to stand up. My dream is not just about making more, Mila, Joe. It's about making change. Michael Jackson says he's the king of pop. My thing is Martin is the king of business. I believe that we have to move with purpose. Just because you have something, you should use it in the way, deliberately. You guys are loved by Don, the co-founder of this network, and I saw something in Don that I wanted to be a part of because information is power. The three of you have the ability to be powerful and to change things. You guys have the ability to do politicians in Washington. And in the early, and I'll be quiet after this, so I'm on a rant. But when you look at the 50s and the early 60s, change came from the living rooms. Change came from the southern states. People dialoguing over the dinner table, Black people. And then came the church. Some of those people came to the church. The dynamics of happened in the South, and then Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad made it more masculine, whereby in the South it was more femme, the preachers, the ladies. You had more ladies in the congregation than you had men in the congregation listening to the leaders podium saying, what we have to do now is what we have to do. But now it's very important that we have leaders. And my thing is, even at the risk of maybe getting a phone call tomorrow saying I don't have a Sony deal tomorrow because of what I'm saying, I highly doubt that, but it has to happen. The bottom line is companies, Universal Music Group, and Sony, and their subdivisions want to make money. But the point is going to have to be somebody who's going to make a change. Women, Black women, not overly sexualized. If I can't touch it, smell it, feel the wetness, what is it doing for me? I've seen it before. I saw that in the 90s. What else can Mila do to stand out like 5,000 women who are doing the same thing? What can Chino do to stand out? He's got to stand out. He can't beat the 2 million Black men saying nigga, bitch, oh, and doing that makes you special. So that's when you put Michael Jackson playbook and say, what can I do that's different? Don't make fun of Michael. He knew what he was doing. Some people don't like Michael because he got you. And now you're upset because he got you. He was able to succeed. You understand? You know, you're mad at him. He got you. He was able to succeed. But the thing is, there's always something when you're trying to make, look, we are changers. We trendset. The thing is, we can't be afraid to get old. When Mila turns 70, it's not relevant. Or when Chino becomes 80, he's not relevant. You know, you don't say that to Mick Jagger. You don't say that to Keith Richards. You don't say that to so yeah. So the evolution of rap, it's basically at a standstill. What evolution? Chino, you're the revolution. Mila, you're
damn right.
One of the freedom riders of music to make that change. And so I'm here to support everything that I do. My artists, my staff are going to understand, but they say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I'm not trying to say that I'm the Lord or your Lord, but I am God. This is Don. This is why I don't like doing interviews, because I start talking too much.
Nah,
but
you start walking up my tree right there.
I believe that we can change.
He said,
I'm going to shut up, and as I said, I'm standing in for Kurt. Kurt, wherever you are.
We appreciate you hopping on with us and giving us all the opportunity that you've given us as well. We appreciate you.
You said a lot. It's a lot to unpack here. But art imitates life. Art imitates life, and I feel as though as the community started to deteriorate, everything that we produce kind of reflects that deterioration mentally on how we treat each other, how we treat ourselves, and just the foundation of the Black village, the foundation of the Black family. It's been being dismantled for generations now. We just seeing the ass end of 50, 60 years of work from someone on the outside, my personal belief, dismantling us. Why you say? We all compete for the same natural resources, and music is definitely a resource. Just like you said, the labels just want to make money, and the best way they can continuously make money off the exact same resources is to have full control over. And trauma sales.
That is true to the point. That is true to a point. Not to cut you off, all right. I'm like the 100-year-old man here. Trying to say everything before I croak, I suppose. But when you look at it, you say that life imitates art. Is that what you said? Life imitates art.
I mean to say art imitates life.
Okay, art imitates life. Let's take that thesis. Let's say we have a fantastic movie. And the three of you are in that movie, and you're wearing fashion, and you're rocking lingo and swag. This is from Charlie's Angels to Superman to Batman, to Saturday Night Live and Saturday Night Fever. The Bee Gees doing the soundtrack. Those things had Michael Jackson with the Beat It Jackson. That was about Michael Jackson's idea. That was art does imitate what happens to the street. All right. The reason that rap isn't being co-opted the way breakdancing was because a lot of people can copy it, whether you're in Japan or China or Pakistan. The thing is, you need someone Black or Latino to co-sign if you want to be a rapper. You just take away rap. But what's going on is someone says, hey, if that dude don't sound rough, I remember two brothers that worked regularly. There was another brother that worked in the bank, and the regular brother, he had a song called Architecture, and it sounded really rough, almost DMX style. It was really dope. Architecture. And the other guys, the two brothers, they were Muslim, and they sounded like two Will Smith. And everybody liked both songs. And again, I want to just preface this by saying I don't hate white people, that I hate white supremacy. I just want to put that out there. That my personal station ID. But they want black men to be a particular way. Listen to Kurt Heavy D. And I remember that Russell said, "Ain't nobody gonna want to give heavy girls give heavy, you know." He didn't say, but you know, honest thing. But the thing is that if you're a black person, more than likely you walk and say you're not living sometimes in a great neighborhood. Your thoughts go off. White people, by and large, some who are actually running companies or living well, they're shopping on Fifth Avenue or going to Men's Mall. Hey, Chino, you know about the Men's Mall. In Atlanta, they don't have to worry about gunshots going off. So it's like the WWE to them. You know, to hear people like go off and go crazy and fight. Another one bites the dust. Nobody freaking cares. So it's entertainment. Your life is entertainment to them. You're disposable. So listen, I'm feeling very Michael Jackson, like, I need to shut up. I need to be quiet. But
what?
This is where
he did his Michael Jackson voice.
And the point is, I can't worry. I can't worry about what this is doing or what that guy is doing. There'll be some guys, men and women, that I'll call on the evening rush to a topic of that, and they're older than you are. I'm older than most of you are. But they don't want to touch this stuff. Understand? I'm not afraid of losing anything. I'm not. Whether I had a Sony deal or whatever, the point is that I remember being an executive, not an executive, but a consultant with MSG. And there were 2 sports shows. And they had no one that looked like Joe. There was nobody in the executive level from a producer standpoint that looked like Chino or Mila. Now, mind you, in the NBA and NFL, most of those players are black. Most of them that are really killing. And this is from like 2001 to maybe 2000 to 2005. Yes, about 2005. I was consulting producer. It was mid-time. They couldn't go to Madison Square Garden to pull down in New York and Nick, whether they lost or won a game. Even they had the prettiest booker, a pretty booker, you know, the boobs and all that stuff. Brothers don't want to actually talk about sports. They want to go home and chill with their family, go to the strip club, or go to the studio, and back like a kid who has a dream. But because I was black, I am a black man, and I don't like talking and meeting people a lot. I could call a Thai Law and get them. We rep Thai Law. We represented Kenny Anderson and Zaptuka. I was able to bring them on, and then try to say to the cast, "Why don't you guys someone look on?" And they would not make that. More power than any of those white people that came all the way 2 hours away from Long Island. So if you're talking about the change and the evolution of hip hop, trying to jumpstart R&B music, because that's a competition going on right now with Puffy and a bunch of folk right now. He wants to bring R&B back. Well, dude, just bring it. But sometimes you
need to come back.
You got to be careful of what you say. Denzel Washington says you got to lean quietly. Sometimes you got to have somebody who's going to shake it up and be loud about it. You understand? You can't be afraid to talk about it. And this is the first time I've done this in 2009. So you are like my launching pad for being a mouth, because usually my stuff is on Instagram and Facebook and Laura and Paulette for helping me keep that together. But it's just very important that Black men speak up, and they're as aggressive, more aggressive about making a stand than calling a nigger and calling the Black woman a bitch. So why don't you same bigger? You actually both supremacy. Even if you never sign a deal with Sony, or never sign a deal with Warner Brothers, that you do it, independently, but yet you foster these relationships. The company is only as good as the people that work for them. So my faith with Sony is not about Sony, it's my association.
Right. Hey, man, real quick, Terrence Russ, we appreciate you for coming through, man, dropping all this knowledge on the listeners.
Thank you.
Giving us a little bit of your time. As usual, we got some bills to pay. So, for all my people out there that want to know how to start a podcast but don't know how or where to start, check out this ad by the Evening Rush Network.
Looking to podcast shows and do not know where to start? The Evening Rush Network can help you with that. Call us at 929-441-2417 or email us at theeveningrushnetwork@gmail.com for dates and prices. We got you for all your podcast needs. The Evening Rush Network. Tune in, subscribe, and share.
Hey, man, we back. Whew, boy. Let's go, man. We back in here, you know what I'm saying, talking about the evolution of rap, you know what I'm saying, instead of R&B, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna switch it up real quick, you know what I'm saying, get out a little bit of motivation, man, you know what I'm saying, some shit to get you started, carry on carry you on to next week, you know what I'm saying, to the next episode. We're gonna get into that, you know what I'm saying, a word from my boy Joe, you know what I'm saying, Cup of Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it.
I wonder which one y'all pick.
Hey, I'm ready to see too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell him something. Give him some motivation, man.
I sent you an album of them hoes. I want to see which one you pick.
Hey, we gonna rock it out though. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make sure we give him something good to listen to talk about and listen to. You know what I'm saying?
While they waiting on his stuff, they don't forget to tell him to hit that Cash App button.
Tell him, talk to him.
Don't forget to hit that Cash App button, y'all.
Hey, I hope we got Godfather OG Lonzo in here. How you doing, man? Glad to see you back. How you doing?
Hey.
I'm here, Doc. I'm here. What's up with y'all folks today, man?
What's up with you, OG, man? Long time since you've been on the show, man. Glad to have you back.
Glad to be back.
Oh yeah. How life been going for you?
You know what, man? If it get any better, I'm gonna turn myself in because it's set up.
Said like too good. Like too good.
It must be a setup. I'm gonna turn myself in. Cut the deal. When the fans come get me on their terms.
There's something ain't right. It's going too good for you, man. Ain't nothing like living right, man. Bless, you know what I mean?
You know what? That's one of the things that a lot of folks don't understand. Sometimes you got to pass that fast money to get that long money and that longevity money that allows you to walk the streets without having to look over your shoulder.
Right.
And you can't always be what somebody else think you should be in order to try and be out here in these streets. And I think about all the young brothers have been killed over the last 4 or 5 years, and they all have a few things in common. One, it was high profile, and you can't wear a banana suit in a gorilla cage. It ain't gonna never work. Okay, you can't wear pork chop drawers in a lion's cage. It ain't gonna never work. And when you get your money, these guys getting money like nobody else is getting money for man. And first thing they want to do is give a pile up to somebody else to make them look rich in front of poor people. Okay, and you can't go back to your hood wearing what you wearing, doing what you doing, and folks are starving because you a meal to somebody.
Right.
This is go ahead. Oh, last week I did a show on my podcast I was talking about the brother in Houston. I think it was Drake the jeweler, not Jake. Drake the jeweler. He got robbed in Houston.
Drake Yoda.
Thank you.
Yeah, Drake Yoda.
Yeah, he got robbed in Houston, shot and killed. Okay, and this is a common practice, man. And for some reason, I don't know why, but it's like almost like the dope game. Everybody think they can beat the game, and the game is winning every time. The game is at 100%. The game is at 100%. Okay,
undefeated.
Undefeated. And whether it's a dope game, the gang game, the excessive lifestyle game, it ain't worked for nobody yet. It's a temporary satisfaction that causes long-term tragedy, because 2 people technically lost their lives. My man that got killed, PNB Rock, he died, but the brother that killed him, he on the run.
Under the jail.
He on the run. Somebody know who did it. Somebody gonna tell. Trust me. Somebody gonna tell.
Okay? Yeah, somebody gonna tell. They're gonna catch him, man.
Somebody gonna tell. You in an era where there's cameras everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. Street lights, the banks. They can pop in. When Chris Brown's house got broke into a few years back in LA, and once they got the car, they followed the car. They followed from light to light, to camera, right to where it was. It had them in a matter of days, man. So
you always being watched.
You always being watched. Big brothers out there. But the problem, I get asked a lot, man, about an alleged legendary conversation that was supposed to have been held by some record executives, and they was changing from happy rap to gangster rap. They tell you about people, they call everybody up there. They had this big meeting talking about they're going to make prison industrial complex. They're going to move away from this happy rap and focus on the gangster rap. And I get asked a lot, was I there? Do I know anybody that was there? Nobody who was there ever said they was there. And some people don't believe that it really happened. But no matter whether it happened or not, the effects are in full effect. Okay?
Right.
The effects are in full effect. In fact, I've seen some Facebook posts, man, that made me go, damn. You look at the school bus and look at the jail bus. Look at the school lunchroom. Look at the jail lunchroom.
Right. Okay? They tell you to walk on this side of the hallway. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. This is the same thing. You've been indoctrinated.
Thing.
You're getting trained as a kid. And then you
go to jail.
Trained to go to jail. You trained to live under the school to jail pipeline. Prison, was it? School to jail pipeline. But bottom line, man, it's really sad that we know a game is being run on us, and we still want to play it.
And we still play it, man.
And every game that we've came up with the last few years, ain't nobody won yet. If somebody told you that doing a podcast, 60% of the people are going to get shot, would we be on this damn camera? We would not be nowhere near each other right now. Okay? But because one or two cats made it, and everybody think they can too. And it don't work like that, man. And it's and I think back, oh man, you just old. You don't know. No, fool. I didn't get old by being no fool. Okay.
All right, then.
I didn't get old by being no fool. I know I'm older than everybody on this camera right here. I've been around for a long time. I started doing my thing back in the 70s. But it wasn't no turntables, wasn't no Samuel, wasn't no belt, 1200.
Y'all had 8 tracks, didn't y'all?
We had 8 tracks. I go back to the 4 track.
I remember 8 tracks.
See, that's how you know. I ain't even know that existed.
I was an 8 track baby. I know.
Okay, I go back to the 4 track.
8 track cassette CD. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't know about the 4.
Let me give you a little history right quick. If you ever been to an old school radio station, they had a cart machine. They had a hole in the bottom of the cart. A little wheel popped up and played the commercials. That was a 4 track back in my day. Okay. That same machine was a 4 track. Then they came out with the wheel built into the cartridge. And that became an 8 track. But the 4 track didn't last that. Just like Betamax, it didn't last that long. Only a few of us had them. Right. Okay. So, technology moves so fast, man. You can get lost in the shuffle real fast. But I'm just saying, I've been doing this for a long time, and I had to forego a lot of opportunities that some people said, oh man, you was stupid, you was crazy, blah, blah, blah. But one thing about it, I always stay true to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't care what nobody else think about me. I stay true to me. Okay.
Right.
It may have cost me some money. It may cost me some money, but I ain't got to look over my shoulder. I can go where I want to when I want to. I ain't broke. I ain't destitute. I'm healthy. Last time, me and the doctor said, bro, you looking good for your age. I said, thank you, doc. Keep on pushing. So when you got your health, you got more wealth than you realize. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you got your health,
that's fact.
you got more health and you got more wealth. You can't spend this. Okay? So it's just a philosophy. It's just an understanding of what's really valuable. When I was coming up, I'm doing a video right now, all the different things that black people, gangsters, well, I'm gonna say gangsters, that have been material things that had more value than human life. The whole gang thing started off with leather jackets. Back in the 70s, a leather jacket was worth more than your life. You can get killed over wearing a waistline leather jacket in the hood.
That's crazy. Hold on. We're gonna get into this some more. You dropping some knowledge on it real quick. You know what I'm saying? We had some technical difficulties earlier, man, but we back, man. We got this, first episode of Cup of Joe by my boy Joe right there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into it, you know what I'm saying, to kickstart your week, and y'all carry this shit on, Let's go.
Well, Joe, me.
Yeah.
Who talking? Me or Joe?
Nah, we waiting. We got a clip for
Okay,
Cup of Joe. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting on the clip to load up.
Hopefully it come on.
So we might as well just gonna tell him something nice, man. Gonna give him one. Gonna give him one real quick.
You can't just put me on the spot like that, Chino.
Bro, I thought you was a walking damn book of quotes. Goddamn.
No, I'm human.
All right, man. We're just gonna keep on rolling. We're just gonna keep on rolling, man. We're just gonna keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, Lonzo, let me. I got a question. You know what I'm saying? You brought up the PNB Rock thing. So what you think about people trying to get this bad rap about the West Coast? LA, so South, Southern California is going to be the new murder capital. All this, all this they talking right now.
Look, man, shit is rough all over. Okay?
Right.
I just went to Roscoe's and ate Saturday myself. Usually Roscoe's, first of all, Roscoe's ain't no spot for the broken heart to hang out at. Okay, if you ain't coming correct in Roscoe's, chicken and waffles gonna cost you about $15, $20 a plate. All right, let's keep it 100. I'm in Roscoe's just Saturday myself, the one on Pico, and it's always pretty much a family environment. It's a tourist attraction, but whatever happened, however our brother found out Rock was there, somebody told him, somebody gave him a heads up. He knew where to find him at that particular point in time. That's what's going to be the key probably to solving this case. Some people trying to say that it was this girl, okay? I think that the internet never came with no instructions. And when you rolling like the way he was rolling, if you're going to post your food, first of all, I don't understand why you got to post your food in the first place, but if you feel your food is so good, you got to post it. Post it after you leave, especially if you're an artist. Post it when you're in the parking lot on the freeway.
Right.
Okay. You wouldn't post you on vacation while you on vacation and your house is empty. That's stupid. You might as well call the burglar. Look, I'm over in Hawaii for 4 or 5 days. Man, y'all can have whatever y'all want in my house.
You know what I mean? Whatever y'all can give for
whatever y'all can get in the car,
go ahead.
Go pick it up. Okay.
That's business scandal. That's business scandal for so long.
So people got to start thinking before they do shit. Okay.
Right.
You just can't do. You rolling like this dude right here. I don't know how much his jewelry was worth. They say it was over 100,000 plus. First of all, when you got the kind of jewelry, usually somebody around got a strap.
Right.
Because you automatically going to attract attention. When you attracted attention, you can't determine what kind of attention you attracted. You're going to attract the positive attention. You're going to get some negative attention. I tell sisters the same thing. Yeah, you fine. You got the twins hanging out, but the twins might not attract no lawyers. They're going to attract some bums too. Now you're going to get mad. Okay?
Pretty soon.
The same person, if the bum, I say the same thing that the lawyer or the high profile brother say, you're going to get mad. Okay? You can't get mad at him because he saw the same thing. They both saw the same thing. And everybody feel they got a shot. But when you put yourself in that position, a high profile position, somebody going to figure at some point in time, it got to be a gun someplace. Now, if the police see you, they might want to roll up on you because they figure you got to have a gun. call it profiling. Some people call it fishing. Same thing. It's just a matter of pronouns. The homies see you. If they figure, this nigga by himself, he with this girl. If I catch him slipping, if I catch him fast enough, he can't get to the gun. And a lot of cops, I got some cop buddies, say, man, we catch more guys with guns in their waistband, guns in a waistband, because God know he had a gun. He just shot him first. So you put yourself in a direct line to get shot because they know you probably packing, and rather than take a chance on getting shot, he shoot you.
Right, man. You gotta know how to move. You just gotta know how to move, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be aware of your surroundings, like, especially if out with your. I mean, something as simple as being out with your woman. You don't want them type of problem. Nigga, tuck your chain or just wear one. You ain't gotta wear like you asking
for
that
attention. Why you gotta wear all your shit? Why
you
gotta wear a house on your neck, man?
You feel me? Like if I ain't on no stage, I don't feel like shining like that.
Come on, man.
I was just saying that earlier. You shouldn't be going outside like that. No way. When you are artist, I think that's stupid.
I just think when you put in so much work to get to that level, you have to realize that you're not normal no more.
No more, yeah.
Right, and have that much success, you just can't roll back to your hood like you used to. I heard back in the day when Easy was rolling, I heard there was a couple of plastic kidnapping, man. You know, and somebody I know had to check that. So when you get to a certain level, everybody don't look at you the same way. Some people look at you with pride, and somebody look at you as a payday. And to what extent will they go to get paid?
Right. To the furthest extent.
Right. So, and you got a lot of cats that don't care about going to jail no more. Okay, jail and got some cats out. I want to hang with the homies for the next 5 years.
That's fun for them now. They like going.
Yeah, they fine. Hey, long as they can sit in that cell, still get their drug some type of way. They kick it with their niggas. They straight. You know what I'm saying? They good.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something that's gonna get us all canceled, but this ain't my show, so I'm gonna say it anyway.
Oh, this ain't my show. Like, we gonna come on your show. Hey, we gonna come on. You gonna come on your show and kick some furniture in.
Hey, somebody gotta do it. It's either gonna be me or you.
I said this on my show, man. I mean, think about this for a minute, man. We in the part of life right now where having a boyfriend is okay. It's okay. It's okay to have a boyfriend. It's okay to have a girlfriend. If two brothers decide they want to do their thing together, it's okay. All right. Now, I had a partner of mine who was a correctional officer. I talked to him. I hadn't seen him in a while. He was up north doing his thing. He came back to LA. Hadn't seen old Eve After Dark customer. We chopping it up. And he said, what's your move, man? I'm from retire from the game. Why you retiring from the correctional thing? It ain't the same no more. What you mean, man? He said, now that I'm things have changed so much. Used to be a time homosexual activity was frowned upon in jail, and it still is. He said, but I have to be careful how I speak to them in regards to their activity. What you mean, dude? He says, I used to say, hey, Evan, F word, get off that boy. You know, stop doing what you're doing. You know, he talked to him real crazy. He said, now I can get rolled up for saying the same thing. He says, used to be a time there was a level of pride in guys that would take pride in not having gay sex in jail or homosexual sex in jail. Okay. He said now he moved down to level 2. You got guys got 18 months come out of reception. They booed up already and fighting over guys. So when you in a time where being booed up, two brothers being booed up is acceptable on the streets, it's acceptable at home. Okay. So if you in jail and you get you a boyfriend in jail, and a lot of cats will tell you, I'm only what's the term?
Prison gay.
Huh?
Prison gay.
I'm prison gay. Okay. So if you get your rocks off, eating and getting high,
you just
okay. So you because used to be a time as with my era, going to jail mean you was gonna be through with money, heterosexual sex, and stakes. Okay. That was the fear, and then you had to worry about for the bandits, okay? But if you come on, man, it's a whole different game now. So if you go to jail and you come up with a boyfriend, Can't nobody get mad at you. Not even your mama, your daddy, or your girlfriend. Think about it, dude. So it's a different kind of comfort there now. It's no more, the stigma's not there anymore. So the stigma's been removed. So now it's okay to go to jail and sleep and walk with a dude for the next 4 or 5 years or whatever the case may be, come back home and give it your girl.
It ain't no shame with nothing no more. It's people proud to be
man.
Days.
Hey, the world had no standards these days, man.
No
standards are gone. And again, if that's how you roll, that's how you roll. But I'm just saying, because it used to be a deterrent for going to jail, and there's no more deterrent for going to jail no more. Okay?
That's true. They running the jail now. They excited to go.
Right.
My homie, I gotta get up in there and hang out.
Real quick. We don't want to get too far from the topic, but we went into the deep end today. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? Just remind the people, man. We talking about the evolution of rap and the state of R&B, man. Real quick, Lonzo, tell me, man, what are your thoughts on the state of R&B right now?
You know, I think R&B is being suppressed, man. I think R&B is being suppressed.
I said the same.
One of my I've been in the music game forever. I subscribe to a lot of different channels, a lot of different websites, a lot of different promotional people send me material all the time. I can't play it on my Facebook or YouTube channel because of the way they got it all screwed up. Okay. So you can't really hear it. And there's a lot of good R&B. There's a lot of badass rap artists out there, but the algorithms of the various platforms cater to a certain thing. So the artists feel they have to cater to that same thing, perpetuate that same thing to get the plays, to get the money. And everybody wants the money. The money supersedes the skill, the talent, all that right there. Money is the only goal for people doing what they do. It's not like it used to be with Prince, Michael Jackson, and Rick James, and all the folks, Tina Marie, all the great singers. I got to get paid as soon as possible so I can buy me some gold chains and get shot. Okay, that's the fucking. I got to do all this as soon as I can so I can, reach the ultimate goal. But I know for a fact I hear great material, man. But celestial radio is optional. Okay, there are I have Sirius radio in my truck, and I don't hear any new R&B. There's no real new. There are some stations that play R&B, but there's no stations that breaking R&B. Okay,
Chris Brown is R&B.
Like R&B today is almost just like rap. Like you kind of just you're rapping, you just kind of put a little behind it. You know what I mean? It's just
I think R&B is somebody can actually carry a note. If you got a guitar on your shit, you're an R&B player. You got a guitar and bass these days, you're damn near R&B. When you listen to hip hop these days, you got that one little hi-hat, and somebody saying something that's hot for the day, and most of the songs don't have any real longevity. They're only trying to promote something that's gonna get them hot for the time being, just like when Blueface made Tatiana. It was hot for a minute because the word was hot for a minute, and you ain't heard much from him since. Now he got to have fights. He got to have fights to stay relevant.
He walk around with black eyes from his old lady. Man.
You know what I'm saying? So in most cases, once an artist has a hit record these days, they start going into the antics, start doing dumb shit to get relevant. Because YouTube, going viral on YouTube, pay just as much as Spotify and the rest of them. All right? So it's all about the money. So I ain't got to make no music. All I got to do is make people talk about me. And that's why my girl sometimes, I love her to death. That's why you see my girl showing her ass on TV. She can play that flute, something terrible, but she'd rather show her ass because it keeps people talking. I ain't gonna call no names. I like her, okay? But she got to do antics to keep up people. Because she competing with everything. Everything is competing. She competing with other artists like her who ain't took off her clothes yet. But she a bad sister. Competing with the Donald Trump cases. Donald Trump's investigation. She's competing with R. Kelly going back and forth to jail. So everybody wants your attention. What can I do to get your attention? Okay, and that's her way of getting our attention and going by.
That's the thing these days. It's more so. It's not really what's your music. It's like what's your gimmick. You know what I'm saying?
What's your gimmick?
What's your gimmick?
You know?
But you have people who put it together perfectly. Like it's never talked about. Lil Nas X put out a classic album. he blended antics with good music. He actually did.
He did that.
I ain't heard his album yet.
Exactly, but it's,
I ain't heard the album. Okay, I know Old Town Road and him dancing with the devil.
I don't know if I
that dude.
don't know.
I know his antics more than I know his music.
That's
Me too at first. At first,
Okay.
I did too. Then when I listened to it and started comparing it to other pop albums that we hold high, I was like, "This the shit."
Okay, nobody know but you.
I was about to say I don't know about that one. So what?
Also,
so
Eminem.
Who do y'all think, in your opinion, is really kind of holding the torch and keeping R&B alive right now?
Chris Brown.
I say Chris Brown.
I'm gonna say Bruno Mars.
Hey, Bruno Mars,
Bruno
Mars, that guy. Yeah.
Bruno Mars and
The Weeknd.
Soul Sonic Band. I mean, the Weeknd.
Yeah, Soul Sonic Band. Them boys together, something serious. They get an old school feel.
Come on,
I like The Weeknd. He irritating a little bit though after a while.
I mean, here is a group. I mean, a new band. When was that time you saw some brothers holding guitars and playing drums anywhere?
Long time.
Outside of a late night TV show.
Long time.
It don't happen no more because people are too busy, too big of a hurry to get to their computer to make something that's going to get them some quick views. They don't care about the musical development. They don't care about that part. Me and my buddy was talking about Prince versus Michael Jackson. I said, well, Michael Jackson was singing with his brothers. Prince was learning how to play multiple instruments. And by the time the 80s came around, they was neck and neck. Okay? They was neck and neck. Michael Jackson had a big head start on Prince. He was a child prodigy, him and his brothers. By the time Michael was solo, Prince came out a couple years later, they was neck and neck. Huh? And Prince, understand this, Prince had his antics too.
Mm-hmm.
He had his antics too, but he had music to back it up.
Assless chaps.
Assless chaps. Ass out at the award show. Just wearing diapers. I mean, all kind of shit. But he had music to back it up.
Right, yes, he did.
He wasn't all antics. He was music. He was antics and music, and that brought him. And he wouldn't talk to nobody for a long time. That was one of his antics. He do an interview and chew bubblegum, look you dead in the face. Wouldn't say a word.
Rude.
Okay. That's what he did that to Dick Clark. Dick Clark was pissed. He wouldn't say a word. He just chewed bubblegum. Okay. And a couple of interviews, he turned his back to the audience and did the interview. He did all kinds of stuff like that. But it kept him on your mind. It kept his name coming out your mouth. Meanwhile, he made music to back his shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So real quick, man.
Hold on. I have one question.
Oh, go ahead. Hold up, man. She said she's like she ready to fight. Go ahead.
Well, I'm from the West Coast, so that's what we like to do. If you get a sideways.
Do your thing, man.
I just was gonna ask, since we was on the topic, what advice do you have for artists such as myself or the guys who are trying to get into the music business, but it is a lot of antics and a lot of stuff that artists have to do to kind of, get that platform that they're trying to get.
I'm gonna ask you a question. You from LA, right?
I'm from Oakland, California.
Okay, you that means you ride on the 580.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The 580 get crowded sometime, right?
Yes, it does.
But the diamond lane ain't never crowded, right?
No.
You got to make your own lane, baby. You can't get in the lane with nobody else.
Hey, bun drop.
You got to make your own lane. Don't get in the lane with nobody else. That's one thing I see a lot of artists do. They do the same shit the next cat did 2,000 guys before him did. They got the same thing talking about my hood, my life. Nobody cares about your life. Trust me. Nobody cares about your life.
True. It's fact.
Nobody cares about your life because everybody got their own problems.
Yeah,
I tell you what, if there's something about your life that's different than somebody else's, okay. I met a brother the other day. We was kicking and getting I was getting a burger or something, and he was talking. He recognized we got to talk. He asked me the same question. I said, "Man, what about your life is different? What are you talking about?" I talk about what's going on in my hood. I said, "Nobody care about your hood, man." So what about you? I said, "You got any kids?" No. How old are you? I'm 32. I said, well, how you get past these streets without having no kids at 32? I did this, I did that. That's what you talk about there. That's what you did. Because there's somebody out there that can relate to that. Okay? You become an inspiration to somebody that's like you. Don't try to be like everybody else. Mary J. Blige.
Speaking your testimony.
My girl, Mary J. Blige, she is the queen of broken-hearted sisters. She the queen of broken-hearted sisters. She gonna get, when the dude do you wrong, they're gonna grab some wine, get their girlfriend, and put on Mary. Okay,
yes, sir.
Mary got all the broken-hearted sister songs. Okay,
she does.
She the queen of the broken-hearted sisters. That's her lane. Okay, because you know what? It's a lot of sisters been done wrong by brothers. Okay, it's a lot of sisters been done wrong by brothers. So it's that's her lane, and she is the queen of it. And you can't take it. I'm going down. All that shit right there. Okay. So once you figure out what your lane is, okay, whatever your lane is, whether it be that beautiful hair and them tattoos and how you don't let this look fool you. So I'm just right here. I'm just much better. Whatever you're thinking. I don't know you that well, so I can't speak on you, but you know you pretty well. And there's something about you that makes you unique from anybody else. It's not on the outside. It's something that you think about, something that you know, something you've experienced, and it ain't always the common shit, the hood, the guys, blah, blah, blah. Something about you that you've done or you're doing in your life that can separate you from everybody else. And that's what you go for. And then what you're trying to do as an artist is find a fan base that can relate to you and build from there. I had a guy, but don't do it like this guy did. This guy was on the podcast before, and he was telling me, yeah, man, I only rep artists, I only rep gangbangers because when you I'm from Chicago, all my artists is Vice Lords. Are they really? Yeah, because when you were Vice Lord, you got 100,000 supporters. Yeah, but you got 100,000 niggas trying to kill you too on the other side. How's that gonna work out?
Right, you gotta think about the other side of the spectrum. You know what I mean?
It's two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah. And it's people who will never listen to your music.
Right.
Because of the affiliation.
100,000 people from the same city because if you can't go nowhere other than where the Vice Lords are. You can't go nowhere. You can't go nowhere where the GDs are. Okay? Because you're gonna get dealt with.
Right.
So understand
you're cutting yourself short.
You're cutting yourself, you're limiting yourself. Ladies, and for women, as much as we like sexy women, most men don't like overly sexy women. We don't want somebody to look like no hoe.
I'm so tired of pussy rap.
Oh, come on.
I'm talking about pussy.
Your pussy is good. What else you got to offer?
Talk about pussy.
Because in real life, if all you got to offer is some pussy, I don't need you. Because pussy is standard equipment with every woman. Everybody got it. Right. Where's your brains at? If your brains are
what else you bring it to the table?
What you think about, huh?
What else, you know what I'm saying? What else they gonna bring to the table?
Don't say that, because they're going to say, I am the tape.
No.
Get the hell out of my face.
Hey, man.
Most brothers want a partner. Most brothers want a partner. He want a Bonnie or Clyde. He want a Bonnie.
That's right, yeah.
He wants to be the Bonnie. He wants a Bonnie. But not just a Bonnie, a rider, but damn it, Negro bringing it. But you got to keep me in line, too, because when you out there in them streets, sometimes you got to be the one to keep him on the track. You got to be the one to keep him on. You can't be encouraging him to go do dumb shit because when he go to jail, everybody fall.
Right.
Well, everybody could fall.
We appreciate that. Right. Could. But we appreciate the knowledge, man. We really do. We appreciate you taking the time out and chopping up with us, Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? Got to have you on the show again. We got to do this again. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, man. Third time the charm. We're going to get into this episode of Cup of Joe by my boy Joe, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it right now.
Somebody messing with Joe today.
Somebody.
Don't never let nobody tell you that you're emotionally immature. Men are so mature emotionally till we purposely ignore shit that we know that's gonna leave us emotionally destroyed. Why do we get together and act like children? It's because intuitively we remember that the last time we was truly happy is when we was kids.
All right.
Damn. All right, man. You feel me? We appreciate that. Like, what's like, you could elaborate a little bit more on that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I hear a lot of women tell us as men that we're emotionally immature, and I don't think we are. We process emotions differently. That doesn't make us immature, and we do childish things because, like I say, that's the last time what happened. We was on the playground in the sandbox. It's the last time you was truly not stressed out, at complete peace.
You ain't no goddamn bills existed, nigga. But anyway,
Right.
for real.
You got to keep your soul alive.
You know something, man? It's funny you should say that. I was telling somebody today. I got a house, and no matter how many podcasts I do, how many TV shows I'm on or documentaries I'm in, every once in a while I got to go build some shit, man. I got to go in my garage, grab my toolbox, and fix some shit just to keep that's my therapy. Today I did my yard. I cut some trees in my yard and did some other stuff. My son picked all this shit up, but I did all the cutting. And I felt good after I did the shit, okay? And that's something, most men don't have an outlet like that, man.
Right, right.
I love doing podcasts. I love doing interviews. I love all this shit right here, okay? But every once in a while, I tell myself, we got to do some man shit, okay? Let's go pop the hood on my car and go do something. Let's go clean the car. Let's go, go do the garage. Or, I got mobile shit I built myself, and it just gives me a sense of completion. I got drills and shit. I hate not using that shit, man. I mean, it just every once in a while, not every day. I would not be a carpenter. That ain't what I do. But every once in a while, I gotta grab my shit, man, and go fix something and go fuck with something. Okay, and that is that's like that. Like you just said, when you was a kid, you can go back there and build that go-kart with that hammer and them nails, whatever y'all did back. That's what we did. Okay, and ride down. Had a little retarded dude push you down the street at about 20 miles an hour.
Not the retarded dude, man.
And the wheels fall off. You just ran the wheels off your shit. This real shit.
Yeah, my brain messing with me because I could have freestyle. A freestyle came to me. It's like, you know how people call masculinity toxic, not toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
I don't think it exists, and I tell you why. Because to be masculine is to be solution orientated. How can you solve problems and be toxic at the same time? Same thing is femininity, toxic femininity. I think it's just a buzzword going around because to be feminine is to be gentle and understanding. How in the hell is understanding toxic? So I think a lot of times we run around with these narratives of just saying shit without doing research and without thinking. Like I had another episode where I said people feel their way through life instead of thinking their way through life. I think to wrap up everything we just said today, people really don't think about the bigger picture at all.
They go feelings.
They go just raw emotion.
Raw feelings.
The black community is ran off raw emotion.
Well, people stop thinking and they will commit a crime that will get them 20 years in jail, 30 years in jail over a 5 second to 3 second just bad decision. Okay, somebody did something to me, and I got to tell my youngsters that watch my show. If you someplace and somebody pumping you up, oh man, I wouldn't take that from that fool. I do this. Leave that nigga alone. Don't ever leave home with him again, because he ain't your friend. He's trying to get you pumped, keep you pumped up. Your real friend gonna say, man, come on, guys, let's go, man. It ain't that serious. Let's go. That's what your friend gonna do.
Man. Right.
That's what your friend gonna do. Okay.
That's what a real friend gonna do.
If your real friend care about you and love you and know how these streets roll, they don't want you to put yourself in position to get fucked off. Okay. They don't take much to get fucked off these days, man.
That's true.
Right.
And that's how you know your friends from your so-called home. Man, if I was you, man. If you
ain't me,
do it. Huh?
Right.
You ain't me though. Okay, you ain't got my kid. Right. And people forget when you get mad and do shit, you forget all the other people that's affected by that shit. It's not just you and that person no more. Okay? If you get hurt or you go to jail, like I tell cats, man, I should run a club for years. I said, bro, what we are arguing about ain't worth me talking to my lawyer or my doctor about. Because if I whoop your ass and go to jail, I gotta tell my lawyer. If you whoop my ass, I gotta tell my doctor. And I can't explain to my doctor why I'm laid up here with stitches in my head, or my lawyer why I'm looking at 10 years behind. Oh man, he put the soda on me. He
was looking at me funny.
He disrespected me. And I had
to my shoe.
He teasing me.
You know, so, yeah, he teasing me. Okay, he made a face at me. So this bullshit. But we laughing. We laughing right now. But and at a club this Saturday night, somebody gonna catch a case or a bullet behind just what we laughing about.
Man, this shit is a routine.
The nigga stared me down, man, and I just checked the fool, man. You know, and the next thing I know, I shot that nigga, man. Why you shoot him? Man, the nigga was staring at me. You know, he's disrespecting me. What did he say? All right.
I ain't like the way he said, "Hey."
Black men we can't even speak to each other no more.
Nah, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I tell you what's crazy. What's really crazy? They passed a law. I forgot the state it was that you can't even stare at a woman at a club without her permission.
Whoa! I ain't going now. We need to find out what that is now.
Do you realize? Check this out, man. Let me tell y'all something. I came to the conclusion on my show the other day. Do you realize that things that got so crazy, it would be hard to ask a woman to slow dance these days? Think about that.
I thought about it. I'm at my wit's end with this dating. I'm at my wit's end.
It's really hard to approach a woman. And the next thing is, think about this right here, fellas. Well, I don't know how old y'all are, but back in the day, we would see women, it'd be a bunch of women in the corner, and you have one that you like, and women was on one side of the dance floor, men was on the other
side.
You had to walk across the floor to the sister side, and you would, ask the girl to dance. Now, if she want to fuck with you, she said, "Oh, no, I don't want to dance, not right now." But to move that up to today, and you look over
the
there,
girls work on each other today.
Yeah, it's true. But you see 3 or 4 sisters and a brother over there, and you ask the sisters to dance, and they say no, but he say yeah. Now what you gonna do? I'll dance with you. Okay. Now what you gonna do? Okay. You're not gonna dance with it because you can catch a case. That's discrimination. You want to dance with these women, but now all of a sudden this brother said, "I'll dance with you." And now what you gonna do? You gonna dance with it? What you gonna do?
File a harassment charge.
I'm about to say you better turn around and leave.
Hey, but real quick, man, you know what I'm saying? They in my ear. You know what I'm saying? We gotta close out. It was a hell of a show. Like I said, we gotta bring you back, OG. We gotta bring you back.
Let's have
we gotta bring you back. But listen, we're gonna end the show like this, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it. King of the industry. You know what I'm saying? This week it's NPR flight risk, man. We got young nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna turn up when we leave out of here like that. And I'm gonna holler at y'all next week. We out.
All right, big.
Young nigga shit. Yeah, nigga shit. Young 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 nigga shit. I'm on my young nigga shit. Keep a Glock with a dick. Know these bitches can't handle this shit. Hard to say I'm gonna stop when I'm getting this money. My mama, she want me to quit. I'm in the street, so I play by the rules. If I don't, then I know that I'm destined to lose. I'm in the kitchen, whoop up with a spoon. 28, I bring it back 32. We got the trap doing numbers. We don't leave the house even though it's the summer. Giving the block to the young niggas, they beat it up. Coming back in the big body homer. I'm in the field and they won't catch and lacking. Cause I'm steady packing, I'm ready for action. Think it's a game, pull up, see what happen. Dick on the Glock, you can call it my fashion. I know they want me locked up cause I'm on the street bucking. My young niggas with me, they all saying fuck it. Terrorize shit, got them calling me checking. Ain't come to pack, kick it out like it's rugby. We get it out for the local. We fucking with amigos, they come by the boat. Try to rob us and they bite, they gon' float. I die by this shit, bitch, I live by the oath. We run the shit, we the new trending topic. Ain't born in the 90s, then you need to stop it. Cut out the middle, man, we roll the profit. We taking over, you see, we the hottest. I'm on my young nigga shit, 23. You a fool if you think I won't hit me a lick. I want the money, I'm trying to get rich. Okay. Fool, I ain't going like Mitch. Young nigga shit. 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 Go that motherfucker all the way through, let the wood.